It's just like if you let a ton of like people come in and be toxic, they're gonna be the ones who are dominating the community. Like you really gotta ban the ones who are being like who are being obnoxious or like they're being a part of the community that you don't want. Otherwise, those people will start to dominate it. It's like really bad.
Absolutely, absolutely. I haven't looked back, man. I haven't looked back. Not allowing too much toxicity from people coming. And when I say toxicity, I mean, people come in here and they start bullying each other, calling each other names. Because you have to understand, man, this is what people don't get. It's not about the game. Dude, a lot of people play the game and come on here because they've lost hope. Dude, they've lost hope in reality. Like in real life, these people have gotten bullied, they gotten put down, they've told otherwise, they're not gonna make it, they're this, that, and then they're like, you know what, maybe I game, I talk to people online, some people are nice. So this is like their final chance of hope. They find hope somewhere. When somebody comes and they start bullying, I'm like, I'm not gonna have that, dude.
Yeah.
Because I understand. I'm not on here just to game. I'm here to connect. Dude, this is a powerful platform. People have no idea, man.
Well, and like it plays into like kind of like your whole like theme of your stream too, like the anonymous thing, where it's like when you go on the internet, you can be anybody that you want, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not tied to who you are. So like these people who, like you said, like they're like maybe bullied in real life, or like they're looking for some sort of redemption on the internet, and they like go to the internet and they could like they could go in and like they can start bullying people, or they can do whatever the heck they want, and nobody knows who they are. So it's like they can't be like
Yes.
blamed for it.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, man, how many people are actually in that position, or have been bullied, or are depressed, or are not feeling well, but they don't want to talk about it, especially in real life. And nobody wants to. Who talks about that, dude? But when they don't have there's a thing that they say, uh, when someone puts a mask on, he'll tell you all the truth. He has no reason to lie. There's a mask on. You don't know who this person is. So he's going to tell you that truth. He has nothing to hide, right? He
Yeah.
has a mask on, besides I guess the face, if you want to say. But the truth comes out.
I think the CS:GO community too, with like the little moderation that it feels like Valve
Mhm.
has. So like if you go in League and you start spamming slurs and stuff, you'll get banned, right? But in CS, you
Mhm.
could literally change your name to like the most racist thing that you've ever seen, and you can get away with it. Like it's actually kind of nuts. But
Yeah, yeah, that is one thing. This is why I believe Riot Games was the right way to go, because I know they'll take care of that stuff. When it comes to Steam or Valve, but they don't communicate whatsoever. I don't even think they have a Discord channel. I don't even know.
we are toxic.
But
Yes.
their communication to their community and their gamers who spend who've made them millions, if not billions of dollars, is literally slim to none. Riot is already communicating way more, has been communicating way more. Their response time is super quick compared to Valve's 3-month response time, or however long it is per message. And they like to keep a clean community.
Isn't it with like the community and everything too? I've noticed a lot of people. So the reason I don't like like stuff like autistic and like retarded and stuff being used in like the discords and everything, particularly is because I know that that stuff is like commonly used in CS. But
Yeah.
particularly autistic, I think it's like really weird how there's a lot of people with autism who like play video games and like they're in part of like online communities, and like the fact that like those words are used as insults is like really weird to me on the internet, particularly because like these people could be like part of the Discord and they're like seeing it be used as an insult. I think that's like incredibly offensive, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like they just kind of like say it like whenever they want, and like I don't know if you have like a particular take on those words, but
Yeah, no, yeah. There's certain words where it's like there's no necessity of using it.
there's not. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with when streamers rage. That's part of you have people have to understand that. Like one of my favorite people I watch, it's Mo. Mo rages. He's known for his raging in Counter Strike, and he's hilarious. Yeah, back in the days he used to use words that now it's like on the TOS, but he's changed that. But still, he's kept that whole foundation that he's built on, the raging and everything. It's funny.
Yeah.
And he does it without those stuff. It's fine when someone rages to go, "You son of a," and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like there's some words, the F word, not that F word, but the which one? The TOS
Yeah,
F
yeah, yeah.
word, the N word. That those are stuff that I would want uh, Valorant or Riot Games to
Real time, beat.
look at, because when I go into like Counter-Strike games, bro, if someone knows you're streaming, they'll just pop the N-word off 10 times
Yeah.
because they know you're streaming, and nothing happens to them. But I think if Riot Games does something a couple times, people won't do that. It's fine. They'll rage, but they won't go in and do that stuff because they know their account is gonna get banned.
It does get me excited though, like with the CS community coming over, and like all these CS players, like I said earlier, feel like they're kind of like they're going to be the best players at the game and stuff like that. But then like these same people are being incredibly toxic in like communities, and I'm just like, dude, you're gonna be in for a really rude awakening when you come over to this game, and Riot Games is not having any of it. Like when they go and like trying to trash talk and stuff like that, it's like they're CS players who are like really toxic in their games and stuff. They're gonna have a very rude awakening in that regard, I feel like.
Yeah, and I know Dr. Disrespect wanted proximity chat. I have nothing against proximity chat as long as people are able to handle it.
I would love proximity, honestly.
Of course. Yeah, but I bet he's not going to want proximity chat when he uses it on and the other teammate just starts slurring the N-word left and right.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah. We had this discussion earlier. We could talk about it again if you wanted, just the two of us.
Yeah, I don't mind at all, dude. This is something that I for sure because it makes it fun. It makes it exciting when there's that proximity chat. I get it. It's a competition again, but there has to be these people have to just stop with the nonsense. You know, it's like don't be like little kids.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're not little kids. You're not really little kids.
I feel like some people think that just being edgy like makes it funny, you know, and like I guess maybe this is me being like a boomer, right? I know I'm not a boomer, but like the older that I get, the more I like read things like that. I'm like, yeah, it's just like not funny. So our particular discussion the other day for nobody or people who weren't there, we were just basically talking about how as streamers, people saying words like that can literally get people banned off stream. Like people coming into like our games and like just spamming like racial slurs and stuff like that is really bad for the people who are producing content. It can actually like get them taken off the platform. So like, is that sort of thing okay? Like, should these people be banned in that regard, or like how should they be dealt with? I think personally, like it's really difficult to enforce something like that, right? I think that Twitch doesn't ban people like right away, or I think they're a little bit more lenient on it. But in the past, you've seen people get banned for it, and like that's pretty crazy that that's like possible.
Yeah, exactly, man. And hopefully, you know, the streamers are not held accountable for it, which I don't think they are. Depending how someone reports it, because some things are like misleading.
Yeah. Well, and that's the weird thing with Twitch bans too. Like, you've been on the platform a lot longer than I have, but I recently like found out Twitch never takes a public take on people who are banned. Like they will never come in and be like, this person was banned for this reason, blah blah blah. It's always up to the streamer to like they can disclose if they want to what they were banned for, but a lot of the times you'll see streamers be like, I was banned for no reason, or I was banned for this clip, and they'll post like a clip that's like not even bad at all. And it's like,
yeah,
Twitch can't give a take up. They could post anything. They could say I was banned for and like show puppies on stream or something. They banned for that. It's like the community's in an uproar now. It's like, well, they probably actually broke the rules, because you got to understand each Twitch case is reviewed by a different group of people, right? So each, like the different group of people might determine. That's why it's inconsistent. That's why it's incredibly inconsistent. It's because each case is looked at by a different group. Yeah, just in the situation where it's like, if somebody came into my stream and they started like spamming those things, do I get banned for that? I sure hope not. But
a lot of people think they do it because, okay, if they say the N-word or whatever they want to say that's against the word, the TOS, they're gonna get their account banned and they can make a new one. But if the game says, hey, if you do things like this, you know, you're going to get motherboard banned, as in you can't be using the same PC. Nobody's just gonna, not every person could just go buy another PC and play the game.
The idea that when you know something's wrong, though, like you know that it's wrong. You like those aren't really cultural things where people are like, this is acceptable to say. You know, people know that it's edgy.
Yeah,
and they go
because
into
the thing was, I told him, he said it's edgy, and then he's like, and I told him like, okay, so what's the solution? What are you gonna do? And the person said, just ban it for a year. Okay, and I said, okay, you ban it for a year, and then he makes a second account and does it on the same account. What are you gonna do then?
Yeah. And like, well, yeah, that's my problem is the when people know that it's a problem, right? So there's some things that you could probably do where you're like, I didn't realize like this was an issue. So I know that Destiny, do you know him? He's a large streamer.
Yeah.
When he was playing PUBG, one time he ran into a bug in the game, right? And the bug like let him drive a car through walls, and he ran like a ton of people over. And people were like, this is like he's abusing like a mechanic, and he got banned for that. And I think that's dumb. Like he got banned for like just a bug in the game that happened to him by coincidence, and like I guess he did abuse it, but like that's kind of like the bug's fault, right? That just appeared.
Yeah, that is kind of like the bug's fault, and there's people who actually get paid to find these type of bugs.
Yeah. So like he exposed this. Like honestly, the company should be like, hey, like this is cool. We figured this out.
It's
like,
the same thing that happened to Tifu, right? Tifu got banned for something like this.
Did he actually?
Yeah. Yeah, he got banned from Fortnite for exposing these glitches, and then he stopped buying skins.
He stopped buying skins because of it.
Yeah, because he's like, I just spent like $5,000 to $10,000 on these skins, and I get banned for this. And
well, especially I think that they get worried with influencers and stuff when they do things like that, because obviously like with the name influencers, they have an influence over people, so people feel like.
I mean, I don't think they should get banned, because it's like just fix the darn thing and they won't do it again.
Yeah.
You know, it's just part of gaming, man. Like people are gonna do that and go in. Oh, there's a bug. They're gonna use it to their advantage. I mean, it comes to integrity after that. But think about it. A lot of these people, they just want to either do it for content or just get ahead by using an advantage.
Well, it's like when people and I mentioned this last time too, and like people like lost their minds. With FaZe Jarvis when he got banned from Fortnite for literally he used a hack and he made a video about the hack. He got banned for life, I think, or like indefinitely. And people were like, dude, like this is totally messed up. You're like, this is his livelihood. Like this is how he makes his money. Also, he's like 17 years old or something. Like I get it, he's young and stuff, but I don't think anybody grows up thinking that hacking is okay, like ever, right? So to download a hack and like you're an influencer, you have an influence over people. I imagine how many people like started to like be like, oh, I could hack and stuff like that because of this video. I don't think it's incredibly excessive for them to ban this guy for life. And like a lot of people lost their minds over this. Just because he has an audience of people who like him. I don't know. I just think that's so weird to me.
That they banned them for life?
No, that people are defending him, dude.
Oh.
Like nobody's ever grown up like thinking, oh yeah, hacking's okay. Like when you're downloading a hack, you know that it's the wrong thing to do. You know that like this is cheating and like this isn't really fair to other people. But he still chose to do it, and he still made a video on it. And it's just like the amount of like checks that probably went through his brain where he's like, is this okay? No. Okay, well, is this uploading this video? Is that all right? Probably not. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like I think that you entirely deserve a permanent ban for that. Like I don't think that's over the line.
I mean, it's against TOS in general, right? Hacking, cheating in game. It's against the TOS.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Brax situation?
I think he made the right move, especially his situation in Counter-Strike in general.
I was particularly the ban. That's what I meant. So when he got banned from Valve tournaments for life for the match fixing. Because that's
here's the thing. I don't condone that stuff. So the fact that he did do that, I see why. There's no doubt about it that he deserved what happened, because a lot of people lost money there too.
Yeah.
It's not just him that he might have won money. A lot of people lost money because there's people who were betting on that game too, right?
Yeah.
And if you do that, I see where you just got to put yourself in the other people's shoe, and without being biased, as far as a company or organization, everything goes. I think they made the right move, because it's like, but what happened after this? How many people did that afterwards?
The match fixing?
Yeah.
I guess we would only know about the people who were caught. Like, I think it probably.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it probably.
But you see what I'm saying? Coming back to the N words and all that stuff, this is literally the same thing. They literally said, "Boom, you're a big streamer. You're boom, a pro player. You're gone."
Yeah.
Because you did this, and who else did it afterwards? People definitely were afraid to do it. They literally went to Brax and said, "You're gone, dude."
Yeah.
And that's it, bro.
I
And
feels
then
like there's not a better way to deal with it, right? Like, I don't, you just let him get off, and then people are like, "Holy crap, we can just fix matches then." Like, I don't know. People are
yeah,
Some people were upset that he was like coerced into it, you know, like that. Like other people were kind of like getting him to do it because he was younger. But
nobody really truly knows what the true story is because
yeah,
I don't want to pretend like I know exactly what happened. There was only probably 5 people who know exactly what was happening, and it was their team, and himself included. So whatever happened, happened. But the main thing is you're in that situation, unfortunately. So whatever happened, happened, man. And if he did do what he did, then he has to understand that you face the consequence.
I think
You
that
took
it's
a risk, and yeah,
when you take kids like Jarvis and like Brax for example too, I think it's very difficult because these people are so young, right? But like they're also in like positions of pretty large power, right? You take somebody with like Jarvis, where he has millions of subscribers on YouTube, like, and then, like somebody like Brax, who I'm assuming was probably in a pretty similar situation at the time, right? Um, Most 17, 18-year-olds aren't like in the position to like do those things, right? Aren't positioned to like win thousands of dollars off of match fixing and stuff. So obviously he like maybe the pressure's a little bit higher, but it's also like the responsibility should be a little bit higher with that too. I feel like just because like they're a kid, I feel like they shouldn't be able to just get away with doing things like that, you know. But
mm-hmm. Well, he's 17.
Brax was probably pretty young at the time. I don't know how old. I think he's
Huh.
21 right now, but
Huh.
we can look him up.
Man, that's
Age.
no. I mean, I'm not definitely not
23.
against the decision because at that point they could decide to do whatever they
He
want
was 16. Yeah.
to that account because I mean they have the right to at that point.
Well, and
You
especially
did
yeah,
something.
when people break rules, it's just like you gotta understand that the consequences to it. Like there's always gonna be consequences, right?
Yeah, there's rules that you can. It's not like okay, you ran a stop sign. You know, it's not one of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of the big rules that you broke.
Well, even if you're on a stop sign too, it should always be in mind that there could be repercussions for this, right? And
Yeah,
like
there's gonna be repercussions, but you know, there's different type of repercussions depending on what you're doing.
yeah,
The repercussions are gonna be either bigger or smaller than the other one. That's why it's like running a stop sign. You might get lesser repercussions, but doing something else, a speeding ticket, and hitting a car, and then hit and running, basically, not stopping and going away, and you get caught, the repercussions are going to be way more than you just running a stop sign.
yeah.
So that's pretty much what he did was all in one, basically.
It feels like a lot of people too when they look at these things, they don't really take into account the worst thing that could happen to them. And I feel like that's what you should always do, right? Whenever you're making any decision, what is the worst thing that could happen to me? And like you should always keep that in mind. So when these players are banned for this, they should have known that they could possibly get banned for it and how they should react to it. You know?
No, he should be so grateful.
Yeah.
You know, in the position that he is right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The fact that
He's
he's
lucky
still,
he
like,
didn't go any further than just this. So